Hello and welcome, this is Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC for BattleTech. At the end of the last video, I was discussing some loadouts I could do with the Shadowhawk, and we will get on that, but before we do that, I would like to repair the Hunchback. I'm still not 100% sold on this particular loadout, but it seemed to be effective enough, so we'll keep it going for now. And as much as I see on the AC5 I have, I don't think that putting that in the Shadowhawk would be ideal. We have to make the most we can out of our mechs and make them as efficient as we can with what damage output they can do. And I've had prior experience with an AC5 and a Shadowhawk, and I just don't think that's the right route if we want to use some of its other capabilities. With that being said, I would like to refit this Panther. Something that we can do now that I got an LRM-20. Maybe I could have done that earlier, but let's go ahead and take care of this now. So this is going to be our backup support mech for the time being, as it's going to have very similar capabilities to the Vindicator we're currently using. It's going to have the same damage output, although I think the Vindicator has more ammo and definitely has better armor and maneuverability, so it's not the ideal backup, but for now we'll use it. And I really honestly felt like the Panther with this loadout was pretty effective for its weight, so yeah, let's go ahead and set that up, and that will take 5 days. Okay, not a high priority. So let's take a look at the Shadowhawk. I could push it in that support role. I just don't know if it would be that efficient at that. We'll take a look at a couple different loadouts, see what they look like. Because really, I can envision two roles. One being either a mainline support mech or a backup one, or a frontline short-range brawling style mech, or we could also use it as a scout if we're going to go more towards all medium mechs. In that regard, short-range firepower would still probably be the ideal, although long-range firepower still works as a scout. The one thing I discussed is I could do a bunch of LRM-5s, and that is weight efficient. May not be heat efficient, so let's take a look at how that is going to look for us. So we also have to keep an eye on our tonnage. Let's say we still want to rock the jump jets, so put one there. Put one here, we'll put one here, we'll put one here, and we'll put one there for now. Okay, so those are our 5 jump jets maxing out our jumping distance. So we still have 10 tons to play with. More than likely, we're going to want, let's say, 2 tons worth of ammo. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that will look like. If I have enough. Okay, I barely have enough ammo for that. Let's just put them in the legs for now until we know exactly where they're going to go. Okay, so that would be that setup, which is not a necessarily bad setup. It's not as good long-range firepower as the Vindicator has currently, and we still could put in a little bit more firepower. The problem is it has to be either a ballistic weapon, which are very heavy, or an energy weapon, and we only really have one slot for an energy weapon. So something like a PPC or a large laser would be ideal, although I don't know if I do have one large laser left. I have a bunch of PPCs. Problem with the PPC is we'd probably be too hot. Yeah, we're gonna be very hot, and we only have 1 ton still to play with, and that would only be 1 heat sink, which isn't gonna make up our heat for our heat efficiency. Now, the Shadowhawk has pretty good melee damage, so it might be alright to have it be more heat inefficient because we could always go in and punch, but of course if we're focusing on long-range weaponry like this, not ideal. So this is kind of like a quasi Griffin, because a Griffin's typical setup is an LRM-10 and a PPC. So it'd be a slightly more damage output version of a Griffin, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. We do a large laser instead. This would help us on heat efficiency and also give us more tons to play with. The problem is, what do we do with that remaining tonnage? We could put a small laser in or a machine gun or something like that, but really that causes an issue where we have good long-range firepower and kind of piss-poor short-range firepower, because to use the SRM, the small laser, I mean, or the machine gun or whatever we're going to put in here, let's say it's a flamer, to use that we have to get it too close to be able to use the LRM-5s. So in that regard, maybe not the best setup. This is one of those situations where the Shadowhawk and its limitations of its slots is a real problem. Because if I had one more energy slot, energy weapon slot, I could put in a medium laser, giving us a little bit more firepower, and I think it would be a little bit better mech as a result. So that's one possibility. Another possibility, let's say we keep the large laser for now, although we may need to remove that. And we go with the more short-range firepower. So this would be, let's just switch to missiles. That'll make everything a little easier. So we have an abundance of SRM-6s. Now, I do know I have a couple extra damage ones that are in that Jenner, so we would probably want to swap those out if this is going to be a frontline mech. But now, this does take up 2 slots, so I wouldn't be able to put in SRM-6 here. I'd have to put in SRM-4. So if we go all SRMs, it'd be SRM-4, SRM-6, SRM-6. Heat efficiency is still bad, although we could remove the large laser and put in, let's say, a medium laser instead. Now we have 5 tons to play with. Some of that's going to be heat sinks. Well, the question is this more effective than our Griffin? We have more of a dependence on missile weapons. Oh, I also have to put the ammo in, but we'll just say we have a couple tons or something like that. So it'd be more missile heavy than our Griffin. Damage-wise, these do 8 apiece, so that's 32. So in theory, it would do more damage by a very slim margin. But from what we've seen, SRMs tend to be more inaccurate. That could be just a result of them being within a torso section, but it seemed like in general, lasers were more accurate than missile systems. The SRMs anyway were. So that's our other possible loadout, and it's going to be very, very, very similar to our current Griffin. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, we go with the ammo. You know, looking at this though, I think the LRMs are the way to go. Maybe not as effective as it could be, but we're kind of playing with what we have to play with a Shadowhawk, and I just kind of like the idea. I've never done the whole setup with a bunch of LRM-5s, and I kind of like the idea. Maybe it's a terrible loadout. I guess we'll just find out. And then the other weapon we would want to set up would be the large laser. I think the large laser is going to be the one that works out from a standpoint of heat efficiency. Although we could go the PPC route. And then again, it would be like a different style of doing. All right, well, let's take a look at it. We're going to want 2 tons of ammo, I would say. Minimum 2 tons of ammo. So we have 1 ton to play with. What would 1 heatsink do for us? Let's say we just put it here for now. So our heat efficiency would be that. So we have 33 heat sinking for an alpha strike of 53. And we're likely going to do an alpha strike with this setup. Alternatively, we do a large laser. We are throwing away 10 damage. But if you think about a Griffin has an LRM-10, which is 40 damage, and a PPC, which is 50 damage. So that's 90 damage. Right now, we have 60 and 40, so that's 100 damage. We're actually a more effective variant of a Griffin. We lose a little bit in range with a large laser, though. But I think we could live with that. And the heat efficiency is not bad. And then if ever we have to get in close, we probably just punch a lot. Yeah, okay, I think we can manage this. So let's go with some more heat sinks, perhaps. So we'll put one there, we'll put one there. Maybe we could live without one, and then we put in the small laser, and then we give ourselves a half a ton of armor. I think that's what I'm going to do. Small laser. That gives us a little bit more potency in the melee, well, the times we use melee, if we use them. Okay, and then as far as our armor goes, let's put a little tiny bit in the rear. And then we'll go Well, the arms are pretty well protected. The legs are not. That's where our ammo is, so obviously we would want that not to get blown up. And we get one more tick somewhere else. Or we might actually be able to get away with 2. Alright. Well, that's what I did. A little bit more up armoring. Yeah, I kind of like this loadout. Gives us good long-range punch. This could be a mech that we use in hotter climates instead of the Vindicator. I still think the Vindicator is the better mech out of the two. It's more maneuverable with the jump jets and what have you. Now, we could remove the jump jets. That would give us more tonnage to play with. But I don't know what I'd do with it, because we're using almost all of our slots here. So I think that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and confirm. So it's going to take 9 days to do, so we have time to wait on that.
Right.
But it's not a bad mech. I think it does have some utility. And again, it's using what we have, kind of doing a little bit of experimentation. All right, so now that we're all done with that, let's take a look at getting ready for the next mission. So first things first, let's go to Mech Warriors. Ideally, what we're looking for is a level up with Revere. So we're going to keep pushing the tactics up.
Mech Warrior training complete.
We're not going to be using Scarecrow, My Pilot. We get... okay, so just more health there. We can hold a little bit longer, I think. Gnarly. Yeah, so a little bit more piloting, I think, would help. Either that or we hold out for the gunnery skill. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and take this tactics, because I think it will play into at some point. The indirect fire penalty. Bonus. Okay, and then lastly we have Truck.
Yeah.
Who, for the same reason, we should take that. We want to get rid of the indirect fire penalty, which actually does help her. And then we'll just hold for some more gunnery skill. I would like to max her out at some point, but this does still help her. All right, let's confirm that.
Training complete.
And we're ready to go. Let's go into the contracts. Not sure which one I'm going to take next. I think we go for something that's a little bit... All right, so 2 skulls it looks like it's going to be. So we've got Recovery and Assassinate. Well, another Assassinate mission sounds good. Yeah, let's go with that. So this is going to be against the pirates, I believe. Yeah, so let's negotiate. Now, if we're only going to get 2 picks, I would rather just go the 50-50 and get the money. Okay. So... oh, that's right. We have 2 mechs out. So I may actually need to wait a day. Considering everything that's going on, I think we do that. We wait 1 day. Let me just make sure the schedule's right. We want the Vindicator to come back. Hunchback we're not so concerned about, so... okay. That's good. Alright, now we'll go in and get the contract. Alright, so yeah, the Assassinate mission, negotiate, that's fine. Alright. So we have the Vindicator back, and we'll just grab the other Vindicator. Because it's an effective mech. I would say that it's potentially even better than the Hunchback. Just the Hunchback is a little bit more armor, but that's about it. Okay, well, that's going to be it, so let's deploy. Alright, here we go.
Command interface initiated.
These are the coordinates that the locals provided, so the insurgent leader should be in the area. Move up to get eyes on the target and any escort he might have. Once he's down, head to the evac point for your pickup. Okay. So we've got a couple different markers here. One there. One there. This is going to play out pretty much the same way that the last mission we did was another Assassinate mission, but obviously we had some medium mechs that we faced in that particular mission that Well, we don't want them to have the high ground on us, so let's see if we can kind of start moving over to take away that advantage, perhaps. We're gonna jump there. I'll also have you jump as well. Run right next there.
Prepping for jump.
Okay. You jump. Yeah, we want you to jump up.
Engaging jump jets.
Same with you. Okay.
Enemy
Have some
detected.
contacts. Where are we getting the contacts? Oh, behind us. Interesting. Okay, so we may be in kind of a vulnerable spot. Especially as I'm not facing the right way. But we will kind of turn around here.
Acknowledged.
Okay, a vehicle and a mech. Alright, well, appears to be a medium mech that's here. Go ahead and reserve. See what happens.
Keep your eyes peeled, Commander. This looks like an ideal place for an ambush.
Does it now?
Waiting for the right move.
So it looks like we have a few contacts at the medium level, whether they be vehicles or mechs. Okay, we have a Shadowhawk. Very low armor. Okay, well, at this point, we know that they can see us, so there's no reason to just stay put.
Orders?
So what I can do here, I can either get aggressive and attack, or I can get out of there and sensor lock him. I think we attack because of how low his armor is. We actually maybe have a realistic chance of killing him. Although we're not building up that much evasion doing this.
Onward.
We are moving away from the vehicle, though. Oh, hello. Okay, we have a spider. Alright, well that reduces our chances of getting a kill and removing their vision.
Confirmed.
Okay, all hits, that's good. And we got an AC5 crit, that's also good.
Think I hit something good.
You did. Okay, I'm not surprised to see something at this. I mean, we kind of know there's a vehicle here. Okay, likely a striker. Fortunately, we're kind of in a situation where cover is not really going our way. So have you already moved? No, you're at the assault class. Oh, I hope you're not a demolisher. And if you are, I hope you can't get in range of anything, because that would hurt. Alright, well, let's move a bit here. I just really don't like this position that we're in right now. I didn't expect the enemy to be right on top of me to start. God, I kind of feel like we just should jump here. Get ourselves into a closer range bracket so we can actually hit this guy. I might sling one medium laser at the spider just so that we can burn down its evasion. So you're A, you're B, you're B, and B would just be a single medium laser. All right, fire.
Engaging multiple targets.
Okay, he's dead. All right. Let's go with Gnarly
Awaiting
first.
orders.
Very unlikely, I think, we get into a spot to even do anything this turn. Yeah. Okay, we could jump there and get a large laser shot, right? I mean, we might as well. Burn down that evasion a little bit.
Affirmative.
Now, if that had hit, it would have hurt that spider quite a lot, because it has, what, 25% armor
Connect.
on a mech that already doesn't have very much armor, and it's a light mech, so it would just get
Yeah.
really wrecked by that, but All right, we're just gonna go ahead and move up the road here and sling some missiles.
Let's move.
I don't know how good of a shot it's gonna be, but it's the only shot we're gonna get here.
Aye, aye.
Hopefully
Engaging
some of
target.
these hit. Okay. We'll be seeing what this is. It's a mana core. I mean, that's not ideal, but thankfully I didn't look like it could get direct vision on me. Now, that's weird, because it does have LRM-10s. Alright, so my goal is to kill that, and again, it has 25% armor, so we have a fairly good likelihood of being able to pull that off.
Yes, Commander.
I want to get into a position where I can shoot that spider and kill it. Let's see how good our shot is. Yeah, that's terrible. Let's just wait then, because we'll see what the spider can do. It might be harder to hit once it goes, but I don't think I'm likely going to kill it now, so we'll just let it do its thing.
Lingering until an opportunity presents itself.
Okay. Came up nice and close. And missed. I'm fine with it firing at the Griffin, because we're going to be moving the Griffin fairly soon anyway. I hope I have enough heat to do this, but I'd like to jump in, get a nice side shot on the Manticore. That's my ideal world anyway. What can Gnarly do here? Maybe Gnarly can do that move. No, I'd like to jump, not stay at put. Okay, so Gnarly can't do that move. So the best thing that Gnarly could do is get close. We'll even jump to get as close as we can. And maybe try and murder the spider. Because that's what's giving vision right now. I would think the Manticore can't see me. Although, apparently I can see it. And then maybe I do the precision strike just to make sure it dies.
Engaging jump
Or at least
jet.
attempt to make sure it dies. Because otherwise my chance to hit here is going to be pretty terrible. Yeah, we'll go right for the center torso. You try and get that kill.
Confirmed.
Oh, come on. Gotta land with that large laser. Alright, well, it's a decent attempt. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. They're gonna take shots at me. As long as the spider can still see me, we're a little bit in trouble. Well, the Vindicator is not likely going to have... I mean, we have this that could potentially move up and see me. I think we just get up here, get in the ideal range, which would probably be right there. And we just try and murder this guy. Well, I say that. Honestly, the better, I think, attack here is we get closer and we try and hit the LRM-20s on that guy. Yeah, you know what? That's the move I'm going to do. Because 60% chance with the medium lasers, that's not too bad.
Understood.
And I think just with where we are at as far as the terrain, we have to be aggressive here. So you're going to be A. You're going to be B. B is going to be the LRM-20. Alright, fire.
Confirmed.
We're really lucky. That wasn't lucky. But if we're really lucky with the LRM-20, we may... Would we get a kill on a Manticore? Even though it has 25% armor, it's still pretty good. I mean, we got a structure exposed. Yeah, see, that's kind of stuff we don't want to see. We don't want to see that. We got to kill that spider.
I hate these guys.
I should have just done that. Alright. Because that's damage we could have easily avoided. Just getting a little greedy, I think.
Moving to position.
Now, well, these shots have to land. Otherwise, we might be in trouble.
Bon appetit.
Nope, of course they didn't land. And we're gonna get shot at again. Oh, no, we're gonna get sensor locked. Oh, that's not good. Well, at this stage, getting rid of the vision doesn't matter because they're going to have vision because they have the sensor lock. So, with that in mind, I should just try and go for the Manicore kill. I don't know how if we're going to be able to pull this off. So, this is an attempt. All right, fire away.
Engaging target.
That should be dead. Yeah, there we go.
Enemy unit destroyed.
The striker's going to be able to fire at me. There's nothing I can do about that. As a matter of fact, they would have been able to move up and get... Oh, okay. This is going to go after the general. I'd actually prefer that. Okay, we have another thing going on heavy. That could be the assassinate target. Alright, so we're going to take Revere. Moving now makes a lot of sense because we're going to want to try and kill the spider before it gets a chance to go here. We have 70% chance to kill or hit.
I'm going.
And at this point, we've done pretty serious damage, so I'm hoping... I might not be able to fire on my lasers, though. Yeah, we have to turn at least one off. Fire.
Acknowledge.
Die! Please die. Okay. Longest surviving spider ever. Consider it had 25% armor and how much I fired at it. I mean, I missed a lot, so there's that. Okay, they can still see me. That's bad. Alright, so I have to back off here. The problem is if I do, I think I lose the vision.
I'm here.
Because I'm fairly certain it's the Vindicator giving me vision. So if I move now, I prevent damage coming in. Okay, no, actually that's not true. Somebody's giving me vision, so... Yeah, I'm just going to jump straight back. And then we're going to... I'm kind of... not sure where I want to end up here. We have direct line of sight if we jump here, so that... I'll take that.
Understood.
Then hopefully we're out of sight. And hopefully we get a kill here. Here we go. So there's the first enemy lance, and then we already know the other one's coming in here. Fairly close, at least a couple medium mechs. Now we know they have sensor lock, and they may use it. Because we already moved ourselves.
Mess him up. Mess him up good.
Did I go with everybody? I think it screwed me out of a turn. I love when this game does that. So I think what happened is we didn't have sensor contact of them anymore, so it brought us out of combat. And then it had the AI go, and then it put us back in combat at the top of the order. So we didn't get heat reduction from anybody. Like, it's as if these guys didn't even... Like, that's one of the things that always, like, gets me, is... Shouldn't that have counted as a turn ending, so these guys cool off a bit? It's so weird. It's like the AI gets an advantage out of that.
Roger that. Standing by.
So because of this situation, they'll get vision of me, because they got to go twice. It's such bullcrap.
Aye, aye.
Well, we'll just roll with it, I guess. Well, we do have the advantage. I really wish we had cover to play with. It's just like, where are we having to do this fight? There's like no cover around. Alright, well, it is what it is.
On the move.
We could use vigilance. Probably a good idea, as this is the target they're more than likely going to go after. We could also use precision strike. I'm not sure it matters this turn because I'm going to have to cool off with some of my mechs because they're running really hot. Yeah, we'll just fire away here. I mean, what we do here is going to hurt. The enemy, that is. Okay, another Shadowhawk. Gonna sensor lock me. Not that really that big of a deal. Okay, well, this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.